and taking more time than I thought I would, so I probably have more hands for another video of the types. If you like it, that's perfect. One last hand in this one. This is a spot that you are not going to encounter a lot. Definitely not. Pretty much ever. That's pretty much the first time I encountered that spot. So what I'm going to do with this spot, I'm going to play it and give you my reads on players and timing and stuff like that. And then I'm going to leave the spot open for discussion, and we will be able to discuss it in the video discussion, because it pretty much took me like 5 hours to, I think, arrive at a good conclusion in that situation, in that exact situation. And I think it is a really good thinking exercise, basically, for a poker, for deep big pots in poker. And you want to do those from time to time, even if you're not going to encounter the spots. You want to practice your poker mind, definitely, so that when you encounter that kind of deep tricky spots, you are ready for it. So here it goes. I have deuces in the cutoff. Under the gun is going to be one of the players involved in that hand. I definitely remember not having many reads on him at the point of the hand, and I'm going to give you the reads that I had at the moment of the hand, so that's more interesting a bit, so that you could put yourself in my shoes, basically. I didn't have that many reads other than he looks like a reg, and so far he's played like a pretty standard reg who is not doing anything too tricky. That's pretty much my read of the point. So nothing more than that. I expect him to play pretty well and pretty straightforward. So we're super deep at 510, over 300 big blinds, so I decided to 3-bet my deuces, which is really standard being that deep. I've got a good hand to call the 4-bet with in position and try to basically set mine. And I do want to build pot and put a lot of pressure in position with a hand that has definitely a good drawing potential. And only flatting kind of sucks here, because if you flop a set in a single raised pot and the pot gets really big, it's likely to not be good, because it's always obviously going to be bottom set. And interesting thing here, Bondar flats, and as you can see by his stats, he was pretty much the mark at the table. Definitely not a good player. I did not have like exact reads on the fish. Sometimes you get those big reads on the fish, because they do allow you to get some big reads on them. And sometimes you know that he's always like putting when you check to them or stuff like that. But I just knew that he was bad, basically. I was multi-tabling a lot, and I've seen him do stupid stuff, but not anything clear that I could take advantage of, basically. So that's pretty much my read. I just know that he sucks. That's a definite plus. I had him marked as a fish from an earlier session. So he's a fish, basically, but not a fish that I have a great read on, which is kind of unfortunate. Fold, call. Flop comes king, 6 deuce. I do run good, obviously. The reg checks. I fire a pretty good, well-sized bet. And I'm going to leave basically every street open for discussion. I could have a lot of things to say about my sizing on every street, and every street's decision could be discutable, basically, definitely. But I'm going to leave everything open for discussion, because I think it will make a good exercise for everyone to think about. So I bet 240, fish calls, reg calls. Turn is 9 of spades, check. I bet 775, the reg calls. The fish calls and the reg calls. Timings, that's really important. I remember really well when I bet 775, the fish insta calls like in a second or so, and the reg tanks for like a minute, like 45 seconds before calling. So those are the timings on the turn, and I think they are pretty important in your decision making on the river. River is the 5 of spades. Gets checked to me, and now I have a decision. What should I do? You are going to try to answer, and we will have a fun discussion. So if you want to take part into that, go in the comment section of the video, or in the forums, which is basically the comment section of the video, and do the exercise, and we will try to come up with an answer as accurate as possible, basically, for that spot.